Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Tower of God Chapter 389 or Season 2 Episode 309. Sorry I'm maybe a day late on this, maybe even 2 days late. I hope this isn't up on Thursday, I hope it's up Wednesday night, but either way, sorry this is a little bit late, because I'm really excited to talk about this one. I really wanted to, and now that I'm actually here, my voice is kind of dead because I had to record 2 videos before this. But either way, this was a really good one. Basically all the things that I kind of didn't really like so much last week were mostly about the wrapping up of last arc, but I loved all the things that were kind of foreshadowing and like building for the future, and that's why I loved this chapter, because it was a bunch of building for the future. Sorry, just seeing myself in the video preview right now, this hair that's sticking up, like this one patch that's sticking straight up away from my head's bothering me so much. But yeah, either way, let's talk about this from the beginning, and then there's like a ton to talk about in the blog, like nearly as much as there was in the chapter to talk about. Then some general thoughts, and we'll go ahead and end it, I guess. But yeah, either way, this was really good because it was like all world building and stuff for the future. We have High Priest Hands Stua Arthur, like giant hands man. And he receives the orders that we just saw Charlie and the vice director, or whatever they called the dude. We see that he's gotten the orders that they got from Zahard last chapter. And he brings up sort of the difficulties with any of them. FUG is more of like a religion, which is kind of like an idea, so no matter how many people you kill, it's kind of hard to actually kill it off, because there's probably some random citizens that kind of believe in FUG that you can't really track down all of. And also, attacking the Hell Train would technically be against the rules of the tower to attack regulars there and stuff, so it would technically be illegal, so there's some difficulties there, even though that's probably the easiest. And option 3 would just be total chaos. Going like pretty much announcing war against one of the 10 families is complete chaos. So Arthur's plan is to secretly deliver the order to those he trusts, and he brings up that Charlie is kind of a sacrifice. So am I to believe by this and what they said later that Charlie is already dead, or are we going to find out that Charlie is still alive somehow, being used for something? But either way, we see Karaka trying to use Wangnan as a hostage, but that doesn't work out whatsoever, because why would it? Why would Yuri care? Then Wangnan teleports them out of there, kind of unconsciously with the sword or whatever. Rachel's freaking out because her body's still the same, and we can see the look on Yura's face. Yura still looks like she did a few chapters ago, really like she has lost a bit of faith and lost a bit of trust in Rachel. Like she's like, Maybe I'm on the wrong team, she's realizing. So Yuri and Bomb are left together, and Yuri goes on to find Rack's group. And I forget where Evan is. Is Evan with Waryun? And where's Waryun? Did they already go to set up the meeting with Madarako? I think somebody said that about Waryun, and now that I've said that I've forgotten about it, I know I'm gonna have like 90 comments all telling me. So I guess thank you guys either way. But yeah, you probably don't all have to answer the same question. I noticed that whenever I ask any question. But either way, oh yeah, also, I've read all your comments on the reaction. They're all really good, and I'm going to probably discuss a lot of them in the Q&A next week when I have the next one. But I haven't been able to answer any of them yet as of recording this. I might answer them before this gets posted within that time period. But just know that I'm going to answer as soon as possible, but I have read all of them, at least up to currently when I'm recording. So yeah, thank you for all of those. That just reminded me. But yeah, hold on, where was I? Where was I in these notes? Oh yeah, I put in my notes that I was like, I don't really remember where Evan and Rian are completely. I remember them talking to each other at like the door to the Hell Train. I remember a scene like that, but that's the last I remember of the two of them. Then Boro is questioning if anything they did really in the Hidden Floor meant anything, and it was kind of sentimental, but also kind of tinged with this truth of like, yeah, did some of that stuff mean anything? And I like that he brings up, well, maybe Hackney says, you know, the meaning of all this it's kind of caused by people far from it. It's kind of like the meaning is something above us that we'd have no way of knowing about. And then we see Rachel with the Minazuki and the Fitbit, of course, because she is being used as a pawn really here to get this power to take down Zahard. So Popet Augustin is gone full-on betrayal. Don't know why at this point in time, after all the other hundreds or thousands of years, maybe Bomb being here is the catalyst of him to put his plan into action. Or maybe Rachel is actually the catalyst for him to put his plan into action. That could be an interesting twist on things. But yeah, Popet Augustin is like going full-on traitor at this point. Which, I mean, if you're a bad guy betraying other bad guys, is it really that bad a thing? And I mean, it doesn't make him any better, really. But either way, we cut to 2 days later. Arvin Liu, who I really don't like their character design either. Like, damn. We have Arvin Liu, and someone's explaining to them that every employee under Arthur was killed, and I think they blamed it on Charlie, because I think they said that the way it worked was that they claimed the orders came in when somebody like a newbie unauthorized to take the orders was there, and that's the reason they sentenced everyone to death. That's the crime they said they committed in order to be able to do it, to keep it a secret. So again, I'm thinking Charlie's dead maybe, and was kind of blamed for all this, and was kind of used as the excuse, really, the scapegoat, like they were saying earlier, the sacrifice. Was kind of used as a sacrifice to be able to have an excuse to execute everybody under Arthur. Then they said that Adori Zahard plans to annihilate all 3 of them. And so Arvin Liu is like, okay, the administration, we need to find a way to settle things. We need to find a way to calm this down before all of that happens. So all that was great. I'm really excited to see Adori because her like backstory and lore is really cool. Also, with the vision we saw, I saw somebody in the comments saying that she's not actually pink like that. She should be blonde or whatever. And yeah, the way I always pictured her from the lore and everything, I always pictured her being like a female Wangnan Zahard, essentially. I always pictured her looking like a female Zahard pretty much. Because she's the strongest princess, she's the strongest non-irregular, and she's stronger than a lot of the actual irregulars. And also she has the Golden November, she's the head of the military and all that. So I just kind of always pictured her as basically female Zahard. I don't know what 10 family she's from though, because I'm pretty sure all the princesses have to technically be from a 10 family, right? Makes me question which one Anak is from as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they all have to technically be from 10 families, which is why Andrasi was adopted. But I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure. So I guess they don't have to be by blood from 10 families by that logic. But either way. Then at the end, are we at the end? Yeah, at the end, Masheni arrives with a bunch of suspended ships or whatever to kill Ha Jinsung, presumably. Now, I didn't notice all of the army she brought with her, so I thought she was maybe there to say, you know, team up with me, we can make our own deal. But no, since she's not alone, I'm thinking, yeah, this is the first part of basically, what is it, Order 86 or whatever? Or Order 66, oh my god. Sorry, I don't know nerd stuff that well. But yeah, she's basically showing up to start the killing of FUG. So that's going to be really cool, and there's a lot of good story that can come from that. Like if Ha Jinsung gets killed and it makes Bomb and his group have even more reason to go against Masheni, other than Masheni already having it out for Yuri, kind of. And then in the blog there was a lot of information. CU said that the story is going to be split into 2 for a little while, between world building stuff and world storytelling stuff and the regulars story. He also says that he's afraid that more viewpoints in the story makes the story less approachable, and I will cut in and say that of course I love CU and I love his work, but I think that's completely wrong. Like, most of the series that I read or enjoy that are super popular have a bunch of different viewpoints, and jump around between characters and have a lot of different characters be important at different times. So I definitely disagree that it makes it less approachable. And he mentions this is something, again, that I always feel so bad. He mentions the webtoon schedule is really rough, and they don't really get breaks in publishing. Like for a manga or a mangaka or whatever, they'll have a week here and there where the volume isn't publishing, but for webtoons they publish every single week. So again, it's a rough life. I feel very bad. And not only is it a case where he can't really take breaks, but it also seems to be a case of, I know I'm the same way with YouTube and stuff. It's probably bad for my health how much time I put into it all day, every day. But at the same time, I love it, so I want to keep doing it. And I'm sure that creating Tower of God's probably the same way. And even though it can be exhausting, he probably still wants to do it every week, of course, and make it the best it can be. And another issue I saw people bringing up in the comments on the blog, some people were saying, well, can't he find somewhere else to publish it if Naver's this strict and like harsh on him and all that? Can't he publish somewhere else? But somebody brought up that Naver, I think, owns a portion of Tower of God now, so he can't, like, basically he can't leave their publishing. They own a portion of it now, which really, really sucks that he's trapped and Naver is so strict on him, because I hadn't heard anything in a while, but like years ago, like before Line was really a thing and before we had like the official Line webtoon translation every Monday and stuff, and I think it used to be on a different day even when it was official. But before all that, and everything was only scanlations and all that, and like fan translations and such, there was always these horror stories of Naver and the people making comics for him and how strict it was. And there were horror stories with all the translators and stuff that, like, if you, and like not even stuff like people doing fan stuff, just putting pictures from it, that they'd get copyrights coming after them all the time for doing stuff from Naver. And that a lot of the fan translations for Tower of God would always have a lot of struggles with that, because Naver would be really strict about copyright stuff. And I talked about it in the Haku, but again, the copyright stuff is another reason I don't put any images in my videos, typically, unless it's like a character video or like a subject video where I'm putting the subject pictures up in the corner while I'm talking. But yeah, that's another reason for it. And like, it just shows with everything, I guess, with Naver being really, really strict on CU, and just a strict company. I'm not trying to shit talk them. I mean, they give us Line webtoon every week for free, but I mean, maybe chill a little bit on the people making it, because people were bringing up, if he had the same time and ability to take a break every now and then, Tower of God's already really, really good every single week. So imagine how much better it could be if CU could just take his time, and if CU could take a break every now and then, how good it would be. So yeah, that's just rough. Then also, CU brings up the main character may not always take a major role, but sometimes they take the lead in the story, like in the Workshop Battle or Name Hunt Station. And maybe there's something up with the translation, but I don't think so. What? Like, that is completely the opposite. We have focused so much on having the problem of the main character taking too much of a role and the side characters, like, getting no attention. And Workshop Battle and Name Hunt Station, in my opinion, were two of the best for jumping around and seeing different viewpoints. I mean, we got the Hatsu and Agaru Agnes storyline, we got the Ron stuff, we got a lot of good stuff in Name Hunt Station. And in Workshop Battle, we jumped around a lot with like Ron and Nock fighting there, Wangnin's group and Kunagro Agnes and all that during the test while Bomb was off doing the FUG thing against Mad Dog. We focused for a little bit on, what was it, Warrior, Novik, and Horyang. So there was a lot of different focus and jumping around. We focused a bit on Andrasi too. So yeah, they were two of the best for jumping around and the main character not really playing that big a role. So it seems like that's almost a backward statement. Also, he says that Misheni and Jinsung are going to have their story told more next week. I'm really happy for that, because I really hope we get to actually see this fight if it is a fight. He says that Jinsung is rich, but he likes this style, this aesthetic, which is like a natural style, which is why everything looks destroyed even though he's rich. And he talks about weight gain and single life. I feel you there. Even though I mean, I don't really mind being single that much. Because, I don't know, I guess I'm the type that always is like working on myself and being a better myself. But yeah, I feel I'm on it. So yeah, chapter as a whole, I loved it. I'm excited for the world building. That was my favorite part in it. And not only can the world building in the future be really, really good, I'm excited for the fights that could come out of this. Because if we're seeing FUG get attacked already, we could see more members of FUG get attacked, of course. But that means if Adori's going after everybody, we could see somebody like Masheni doing the same thing Masheni's doing to Jinsung. We could see somebody do that to the Hell Train. So I'm excited to see like who it is or how they do it. Like, and what's going to happen is like Karaka, Yuri, and everybody going to have to team up if some really strong ranker comes attacking the Hell Train, like some high ranker just comes in out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm excited for the future. I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can get the video up as quickly as possible, and because my battery's going dead and I don't want to lose all this. So like the video, comment down there. Oh, score 8.5 hands out of 10. I literally wrote 8.5 hands in all caps and 10 on my notes this time. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. But I mostly enjoyed it for what it means for the future, not for what actually happened right now. But it was really good. 8.5 out of 10. If you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Tower of God, much more on the channel. Like I said, I'll get to answering comments as soon as possible. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there, talk to you there. If you want a link to the Discord server to talk to us there, well, talk to me or more of us there, then just ask and I'll give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.